Hello everyone and welcome back to a new episode of the Daily Gaming News here on the new Byte. My name is Haustes and I think I'm finally not sick anymore, so that's just awesome. But enough of me, let's talk about everything else. First off, happy International Women's Day. And because it is that day today, we have also cool stuff coming from, for example, PlayStation 4, because they give us a free theme for your PlayStation 4 featuring lots of female game characters. As you can see here, we have Aloy, with Ellie, Kara, Chloe, Nadine, Atoy, Freya, the Sack Girl even in the back here, Lady Maria from Bloodborne, and Cat from Gravity Rush. I love Cat, she's so awesome. Yeah, so get this free theme today on the PlayStation Store. Also news regarding PlayStation, you can now stream PS4 games to your iPhone and iPad. This update comes with the system update 6.5, and if you have an iOS device, you can download it in the App Store, and then you can remote control your PlayStation 4 using your phone. You can even have the stream then on your device, and you can basically play from your console, from your smartphone or tablet. This news comes along with the end of the PlayStation Vita production cycle. There is no new PlayStation Vita coming anymore. This is the last shipment that they did this month. You can still buy PlayStation Vita games, by the way, but there's just like a legacy console now, and it will soon be regarded retro gaming, actually. And in another bit of news, just a third update regarding the Rape Day game on Steam, which is not on Steam coming anymore. We have actually a UK government calling for a review. Scottish National Party MP Hannah Bardale, I hope I said it right, described it as utterly abhorrent material and said the government must commit to getting around the table and sorting this issue for good. Yeah, I mean, again, many people say games don't need government influences and all that, but if the issues are getting that big, just like with the loot box controversy, of course, there is always any politician just ready to go on the board and say, hey, we must stop this, we have to do legal actions against this. The content of this game is utterly perverted, she said. It's time for the UK government to undertake a full review into how tech companies and gaming platforms, specifically Steam, are able to get away with this kind of stupidity. And it says here, for any online gaming platform to allow the publishing of a so-called game which glorifies the killing and raping of women would be disgusting and deeply offensive. Therefore, I'm delighted that Steam has rejected the distribution of this incredibly shocking game on the online platform. This is at least one person talking sense, because as we remember from last episode, Steam's comment on the issue was that it's financially not viable to have this product on their platform. They could have said it just so much better. They don't support rape on women. Like that. Just say that and you're good. But no, the answer was like, oh, we don't think this is viable for us. And yeah, if now the government would actually interfere with that, this would have been much worse. So yeah. All in all, I just hope that this game just goes away and vanishes in obscurity. It will probably find its way in distribution, even if somebody will just host it on their own server, probably. But it's just disgusting that this thing is a thing, that exists. This is not what I want to connect video games with, especially today. So yeah, if there's some call from the government coming in about video game regulations, this is another reason why. Moving on. Also, especially regarding Valve right now, they also laid off 13 full-time employees and a portion of its contractors in February, so they're also getting smaller and smaller. Game News said the layoffs do not indicate a move away from VR development. Alright, that's fine, but still, laying off 13 people, full-time people in the company, is not a good sign anyway. Another bit of news, GOG is bringing back the original Diablo game. The title that was released in 1996 is finally available on digital platforms such as GOG, and Blizzard happily worked together with GOG to make this happen. Diablo will be sold for $9.99 today, and it's even containing an HD upgrade, so this is quite good. It supports Windows 10, of course, and this portion of the Eternal Classic contains the original 20 FPS SVGA version of the title as well, with full Battle.net support for multiplayer. Rob Brittenbecker says here, we're bummed that these iconic games weren't available to all players, so we're very happy to work with the crew at GOG.com to rectify that. This has been a long time coming. We hope our players will be excited to jump back into these classic titles. But apparently Diablo is not the only game that could come back with this program. There's also talks about Warcraft, Orcs and Humans, and Warcraft 2 as well, so maybe these will also come soon. And if you want to talk modern gaming, there's a small update coming to Pokemon Go go very soon, especially for people that are in offices like that from 9 to 5 jobs. They usually have a break time between 12 and 1 p.m. And that time apparently now is when Pokemon Go wants to say, hey, if you're out, why not take a small walk with the Pokemon Go app? There's now a new thing, which is called the legendary lunch hour. And it's very straightforward. It will see an increased number of raids from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. in your local time zone. Right, not that exciting, but hey, if you have like 1 or 2 co-workers together, maybe even more, you just say, okay, let's have lunch for half an hour. And the second half hour, we just walk around and, do some Pokemon Go games. I don't know. The idea is interesting, and certainly at least someone can make something out of it, I guess. But yeah, it's not the biggest update, of course. And another good thing coming for PlayStation 4, at least players in Asia can turn around now the X and the O button. This is actually a callback to the actual first release of the PlayStation, where most games were coming where the O, or the circle button, was for confirmation and the X was for using and cancel option. That's why, for example, still in the PlayStation Classic title Metal Gear Solid, you actually have to confirm with the circle button and deny with X. This has been changed over time, and this behavior actually is calling back to how in Asia this iconography is working. An X is always used for denial. For example, if you flip a coin, you get X as a response for not successful. I saw that in 1 or 2 games, I think. For example, the original Pokemon trading card game, if you were to flip a coin, O or circle was for success and X was for failed coin throw. So now people in Asia can actually turn that around again to have a button setting that is more fitting to the iconography of that region. And coming up, of course, more news regarding E3. We already talked a little bit about it. Halo Infinite is coming, Cyberpunk 2077 will be there, and also EA won't be there. It's not the first time that EA is skipping E3 to hold their own event, which is called EA Play, but this time we won't even have a 60 to 90 minute long press conference, which usually still goes along the way of E3, just not at E3, and this year is actually not going to happen at all. So who knows what this means for EA right now. The apparent strategy is to just go into more details over smaller live stream segments and to have this happening more as an overall event, just like E3 does outside of its press conference live streams. Still, like, for example, the Nintendo Playhouse streams, which are more lengthy things where they have people talking about a game and presenting it with 1 hour segments for just one game, and it's not as compressed as a usually press conference is. But behold, Devolver Digital is still coming back to E3, so we will have another year of Devolver craziness after the last 2 years, which were already amazing entertainment, with also some cool games actually being announced. Devolver is bringing back at least their E3 press conference, and I'm really excited for that. Then in more Battle Royale news, we have H1Z1 King of the Kill actually changing its name. It was actually originally developed by Daybreak Games, and now development has turned over to another developer, which is called Nant-G. I hope that's how you pronounce it. The general manager, Anthony Castoro, wrote, "It represents the first big delivery on the promise that the new Nant-G team made when it took over development last September. Bring back the game that so many of you fell in love with the classic King of the Kill era around pre-season 3 at the end of 2016 and in early 2017. And since Nant-G is now sort of delivering with the first huge update for the game, they decided to name the game Z1 Battle Royale. This goes along with the release of game's Season 3 update, which is called Return of the King. In other news, we actually have a leak of the Battlefield 5 Firestorm mode, where there was a presentation showcasing the upcoming Battle Royale mode for Battlefield 5. Yesterday, we already talked about that there was a daily order, which just says play Firestorm, but the mode is not out yet. And now we have also a leak, which introduces the mode as is on YouTube. So who knows when it will actually be released, but the more and more it comes around, the more it's certain there's lots of things coming together in the background, I would suspect. And also talking about Dark Souls director Hidetaka Miyazaki is interested in making a Battle Royale game. In an interview with The Telegraph, Miyazaki voiced a fascination with Battle Royale games. When asked about From Software's plans to possibly contribute to the genre, Miyazaki considered the possibility. "These games are definitely fun," he said, "and we're interested in the patterns they're taking. If we did it, it might be a bit different. But we're definitely interested, and there's definitely that possibility in the future. We'd love to take a crack at them someday. So who knows? Maybe there will be a Dark Souls-like Battle Royale game in the future. Certainly interesting how it could turn out. And there's a bit of news, and as a goodbye into the weekend, there's also soon coming an official Fallout pen and paper RPG. It has been announced and planned for 2020. Movidius Entertainment has announced an officially licensed Fallout pen and paper RPG using its 2D20 system, and the upcoming Fallout tabletop RPG is currently untitled. Longtime fan and head of role-playing game development at Movidius Entertainment, Sam Webb, will lead development of the 2D20 system version for a more in-depth tabletop role-playing game experience. That's just fascinating. So if you are into pen and paper games, soon maybe you will have a bug-free experience with this Fallout pen and paper RPG. And that has been it for the news today. Thank you so much for watching, guys. It was a pleasure to talk for you this week. I hope we'll be back again Monday watching the news as I will do them. And of course, I wish you all a happy weekend. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook if you want. And of course, subscribe here so we grow and get even more people together. That would be awesome. And of course, join our Discord on the newbyte.com/Discord. My name is Hostess Steve for the New Byte. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye.